Hi there, it's Councillor Glen and it is Friday afternoon instead of Saturday morning. This is my update for June the 30th. Tomorrow's Canada Day and I've got a busy schedule tomorrow morning and I bet you do too for Canada Day, so thought I'd bring you the update this week on a Friday instead of a Saturday. It is Canada Day, so today I want to tell you about some of the local events here in Stittsville for Canada Day. Would like to bring you up to speed on some things that have happened at City Hall and also some important community updates as well. So starting with Canada Day, it kicks off tomorrow at 9 a.m. My team is organizing a special flag raising ceremony Saturday morning 9 a.m. at the Stittsville sign at the corner of Hazeldean and Stittsville Main Street. There's the flag, Canada flag there. We'll be doing the national anthem and a very modest flag raising ceremony. We have some special guests from Ottawa's emergency services, and it'll be followed by some refreshments on the patio outside of Hazeldean Gardens. So really nice tradition every year, and I hope you can join us for that. The main event here in Stittsville is right here on the grounds of Sacred Heart High School, where they are just setting up for the Stittsville Village Association event. I think you can see the stage there behind me. So by this time tomorrow, the bands will be playing. There'll be activities for kids, lots of food trucks, and fireworks at the end of the night here at Sacred Heart High School. This is at the corner of Abbott and Shea. Across the way at Holy Spirit Church is the Antique and Vintage Car Show on the afternoon of Canada Day, so another great attraction. And then over at the Stittsville Legion, they have activities all day for kids, and then the evening some karaoke and other fun for grown-ups. So lots going on in Stittsville for Canada Day. If you're going out and about, if you can, bike or walk to the events because there's limited parking, and the fewer vehicles we have, the safer it is for everybody. If you happen to be heading downtown, OC Transpo is a great way to get there. You can use one of the park and ride lots, for example at Eagleson, and take a bus and the train down towards Lebreton Flats for the big national show, and OC Transpo is free all day. So take advantage of that. It's a great way to get around. A note on fireworks, just around safety. I'm concerned with all of the dry weather we've had recently. Make sure you're aware of bylaws and safety rules around fireworks. For example, you're not allowed to set off fireworks in a city park or in a schoolyard or on a street. There are not many places in our community where it would be safe to set off fireworks here in our built-up suburban area. And make sure you're aware of the safety rules. You can find more information about that on my website, glengower.ca. We just posted some information from the Ottawa Fire Department to make sure if you are doing the fireworks thing, you're doing it safely. Now the event here at Stittsville Village Association, they have a permit and it's under the supervision of professionals. So this is a safe and it's going to be a great fireworks show for the Village Association tomorrow evening here in Stittsville. Some updates. I hope you're reading your community newspaper every couple of weeks, the Community Voice. It's a great local newspaper, keeps you up to speed on what's happening. I have a column every couple of weeks with the updates, but I just wanted to highlight, I won't go into the details too much, but they do have a front page story here. Well, not to mention a great photo of a bear in a stormwater pond, but the story I wanted to highlight, I guess, was this. It's a serious one. Dog attack trial. This is an update on the dog attack over in Fernbank Crossing area, and the owner of the dog is facing 21 charges, and there was a delay in the court proceedings. Anyhow, it's definitely worth reading, bring you up to speed on how that's being pursued by the authorities and what's next for that. Really good update. Thanks to Neville Hunt, who's the reporter there, and the staff at the Community Voice for keeping us up to date. I also wanted to mention we've had some recent instances of, well, there was an assault at Wildwood Park a couple weeks ago. There's been some pretty significant vandalism at playgrounds and some mail kiosks, and we've seen some break-ins to personal vehicles, also some food trucks. Want to remind people to please report any suspicious activity to police. You can call 911 if you see something happening. If you see people using drugs or alcohol in a public area, if you see people damaging property, any kind of threatening, disruptive behavior, call 911. Police are aware of some of the problem locations, but any call to 911 will dispatch police as soon as possible and can really help in preventing some of these activities. If you see something after the fact, You can file a police report if you think it warrants that. You can go to ottawapolice.ca. You can also call in to report graffiti or any kind of property damage to a public area. Call 311 and make that report. Again, it really helps with investigations and helps to make sure it's responded to properly. I want to thank people for your cooperation. There is a note about this on my website, glengower.ca, with all the phone numbers you can call and some more information from police there. So please check that out. And thanks to residents who've contacted us about this. On Monday evening, I attended a great meeting organized by residents about protecting Stittsville's wetlands. We had a few very inspiring guest speakers and a lot of talk about what we can do constructively to or proactively to help protect wetlands and natural areas west of Stittsville. We're going to be sharing a recap of that meeting early next week on my website, so stay tuned for that. At City Hall on Tuesday, there was a really important committee meeting where the committee approved a new pilot project. Actually, I'm not even sure you call it a pilot. It's just going to start. It's already been piloted in other cities around an alternate response to mental health crisis calls. A lot of these, most of these right now are going to Ottawa Police, but there's other professionals trained in mental health response and support who may be better off or better suited to respond to these. So Ottawa's going to be kicking off a project next year on this, so some movement forward there, which is great. On Wednesday morning, I was really pleased to be able to attend the Stittsville Muslim Association event to celebrate Eid al-Adha. This is an annual celebration, very important celebration, but really appreciate the hospitality from the Muslim Association and all of the continuing work you're doing in our community to support our community. And then I went down to City Hall for our City Council meeting. The main point of discussion was on right-of-way gardens and right-of-way little free libraries. So a bit of explanation. Right-of-way in this circumstance is the portion of city property right at the edge of your property. So the first meter or two from the curb is typically owned by the city, and it's the homeowner's responsibility to keep that maintained. And up to now, homeowners were restricted so that they could only have grass, well-maintained grass. But we know the reality is a lot of people are doing other things other than just grass up against the roadway. And so we've relaxed the restrictions to allow a number of other things that are permitted in this right-of-way. For example, you can now plant a garden there. Now, at this point, we're saying you can't do an edible garden, like a vegetable garden. There's some concerns around contamination, and Ottawa Public Health is going to be issuing some additional guidance around that in the next few months, so that's good. But you are allowed to garden and have some soft landscaping in that area. You can also now install, thankfully, a little free library at the roadside on all local streets, collector streets, and arterial streets if there's a sidewalk. I had to move an additional motion to allow for all of that, but it's done now. There'll be guidelines posted on the city website as well soon. I've posted a summary of what we approved on my website, glengower.ca, and if you have any questions, please get in touch. I also wanted to mention one thing that is still not allowed is hardscaping. So right up against the road, patio stones or river rock, things like that. And there's restrictions about widening your driveway. I won't go over all the reasons why that's required or necessary, but if you're thinking of installing a driveway or doing any kind of hard landscaping in your front yard, make sure you know the rules before you start. A good landscaping company should know this, but many of them don't. Go to my website, glengower.ca, and search for driveway, and we've got an information page or resource page with all sorts of info about what you should or shouldn't know and who you can call to get more information about that. So please do check that out. Wednesday was also the start of a Hydro Ottawa strike. So a quick word, we did have a power outage that day. It was restored within a few hours. Hydro Ottawa is saying if there are power outages, they still have crews who can respond, but it may take a little longer than usual. And if there's ever a serious emergency, like if we ever had another tornado or if there's a major outage to a hospital or significant infrastructure, Hydro Ottawa would definitely have crews available for that to ensure safety, because obviously power is a critical utility. Continuing through the week, on Thursday, I chaired our Transit Commission meeting. Lots of really positive updates from OC Transpo. A lot of people are talking about transit on demand. This would be a Uber-like service for buses, and it could be really helpful in an area like Stittsville, say on the weekends when there's traditionally low ridership. Because we have lower density out here, there's a smaller number of people and you have to spread out the routes, and it can be quite expensive to deliver conventional bus service, traditional bus service. A lot of cities across North America and in Canada have been piloting and trying out this transit on demand and seeing a lot of success from it. So OC Transpo is going to test that out in the fall, so looking forward to that. And a reminder that as of July 1st, kids 12 and under ride free any day of the week, any route, bus or train. So that's a big improvement for families as well. Some more updates in no particular order. Thank you to everybody who took part in the Hazardous Waste Depot last Sunday. There were 2,300 vehicles who went through over the course of the day to drop off your hazardous waste. If you missed that opportunity, there are still many locations in Ottawa that will accept waste, batteries, e-waste, old paint cans. Go to ottawa.ca/waste explorer. You can enter the name of your item and it'll tell you where you can take that back, a really good resource. This summer, the city's Parks and Rec staff is launching a new recreation program in Stittsville called Youth Decides, with the emphasis on the U in youth. And what it is, it's for teenagers. And each day the camp is going to be a little bit different, and the programming is going to be directed by the youth who are participating. It sounds like a really good program, and there's still spaces available. Check out the city's recreation webpage for more information. We have some Slow Down for Us lawn signs still available. If you'd like one, please call or email my office and we'd be happy to arrange for a pickup. It's a little bit hazy here today, so there's some great resources on the ottawapublichealth.ca website about things you can do to protect you and your family during days with poorer air quality, so I encourage you to check that out. On my website, we've just posted a multicultural calendar for the month of July. We do this every month, some important cultural, religious, and human rights events over the course of July. So please check that out and see what's being celebrated next month. And I want to say a big congratulations to everyone who's been taking part in Let's Bike Month in Ottawa. This is organized by EnviroCentre. There's a team of a couple dozen people in Stittsville who've been participating. And that team has now added up over the course of June 3,369 kilometers of cycling, which has averted 859 kilograms of greenhouse gas from the atmosphere. Great work. I've been doing it throughout the month of June and just surpassed 400 kilometers this morning. So it's been a really fun activity. And last thing, before I wrap up for the month of June, congratulations to all of our graduates, whether you're in high school or graduating from junior high or from grade 6 or kindergarten, whatever you're graduating from, big milestone. Congratulations, félicitations à tous les finissants et finissantes dans notre communauté. I hope you all have a great summer and best of luck for whatever awaits you this fall. Have a great Canada Day. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully at one of our community events, and hope you enjoy the long weekend. I'll talk to you next Saturday. Take care.